Want to start with movies?
Let's do it.
We went to go see Obsession, a few of us. What happened?
Yeah, we did. We saw it. We saw Obsession.
Well, I saw Obsession. You were also there. What happened?
I was in the same movie theaters. Same movie theater, same time movie.
True. I think 3 of us went, ordered our tickets for Obsession. Then Quinn went to order his ticket, and you said
1 ticket for the movie.
Sheep
Detectives.
There you go. Yes. Quinn saw Sheep Detectives. The rest of us saw Obsession. What was your experience with Sheep Detectives?
Are you trying to put me down right now? Because I
had
had a great time.
I'm not. I'm super.
Sheep Detectives was awesome.
Sheep Detectives, I heard, was great.
It fiddled the heartstrings.
Yeah.
It was a great movie. It was kind of sad. Hugh Jackman was in it.
Yes.
Without spoiling anything.
Yes.
He was definitely in it.
Yes. Yes.
No, it was good. It was like a little murder mystery with sheep. And the sheep are awesome. Super cute. And I would never ever watch that Obsession movie ever.
Super fair. Super fair.
If you were ever trying to get information out of me, you don't have to pull my fingernails off or grow bamboo through my stomach. Like, just make me watch scary movies and I'll tell you whatever you need to know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Yeah. This was super.
But you think that girl?
I think she's amazing. I have so much to
love
say
you.
about her.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. First of all, Bear, grow up. You know, like.
Right.
Yeah. Come on.
Is that
buddy.
a reference to the movie?
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, he's so scared of having a girlfriend, basically.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I can give you some notes. I am of the same boat as you. No one hates scary movies more than me. Clearly, not, because apparently you do. Yeah. But my whole thing is scary movies are just like the spicy food of movies. Like, you're taking this thing that's awesome, and you're just like, what if it hurt me? You know?
Yeah.
Like, what if it just made me super scared? What if it made my mouth hurt?
Right.
You know? So I'm usually I'm not anti, because I'm like, if a bunch of people like it, then I'm not going to be like anti, but it's very much not for me. So I was like, but I went to go see it, which we can get into, because of the stuff happening around it, and I was very intrigued, and also like wanted to support and like wanted to see what everything was about. So pumped I did. I am obsessed with it, and I will probably talk about it for like 10 minutes straight in a second. But yeah, it's pretty remarkable that I am someone who hates horror. The 2 people I went with, by the way, also hate horror.
Oh, Craig's not a horror guy?
No, yeah, they do not like horror either. So we all went and saw that, and we all were like, this is fucking so cool.
Right.
So
for anyone who doesn't know, Obsession was like
taking over the world.
They had less than $1 million to make it, and it's made over $100 million. But I did hear that there was a continuity error on a clock in the background of one shot, so I'm out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you're gonna do that for cheap, you got to get the continuity done. That was the first thing I learned in my history of film school.
Yes,
so
have to
terrible job by the director.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Hermione?
Curry Barker.
Yeah, but he's
awesome.
He's a Weasley.
He is a Weasley. Yes, he is a Weasley.
So
have you seen any of his YouTube stuff? They're just like mini Key and Peele. They're funny.
I've probably seen him before, but like
very like Tim Robinson vibe is kind of like their type of humor. Like they have a skit where it's like they're all at a pool and he's like, dude, looks like this sign says everyone has to take their clothes off or we can't swim. And they're like, that's not real. He's like, no, it is.
There's a sign.
That's just it.
Yeah.
and then he made so it's like, that's awesome. Yeah. So then he made this movie on no money, awesome. And this is right now probably one of the 10 most impactful moments in like the history of cinema, I would say. That might be really? A trillion %. I might be understating it. It might be like one of the 5 biggest. So
really,
a huge reason for that is not just Obsession, but also Backrooms, which happened this past weekend, who was directed by 20-year-old Kane Parsons. Curry Barker directed Obsession at 26. Both movies made for not a lot of money. Backrooms is A24's highest grossing opening weekend ever. Like straight up beat Mandalorian and Grogu. Obviously, Obsession's terrible. Yeah, so it's just like a changing of the guard. So I have a million things to get into on that front. It's kind of like all anyone's talking about right now is how like this is a massive monumental shift in like Hollywood in cinema, and it's very, very cool.
I heard that. I have no evidence to back this up. I heard that like every blue moon, maybe how often is a blue moon?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe a quarter of a year.
No.
Too much?
What?
You think that's too much? Like once in a blue moon? Maybe a couple times a year? What do you think?
I was thinking like once every 5 years.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Let's look it up.
I actually don't know.
How? Well, we could ask.
Who?
Papa Smurf.
True. He would know.
Every 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Right in the middle-ish.
Then every 5 blue moons, I heard there's like this kind of happens in the horror industry that like someone with no budget makes a super popular horror movie.
That's happened before for sure. So in each one of those times, I do think it was a big instance. I think the big one is Paranormal Activity. It was made for like $20,000 maybe, and it made a big bunch of money. I think there was one Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
that made a bunch of money.
Camcorder.
What's really interesting about this situation right now, I would love to just get into it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's really interesting about this situation right now is Kane Parsons and Curry Barker are the two youngest filmmakers to ever top the box office of all time, and they're in back-to-back weeks. Like, that's the most insane thing ever. Like, that is weird. That's pretty crazy stuff. Like 1 and 2 all time happened in like back-to-back or like in the same month. This is also the busiest month for movie theaters. AMC reported it, the biggest movie theater in distributor franchise in the country. Busiest month for movie theaters since May 2019. What's interesting about May 2019 that no one, I haven't really seen reported, but like jumps out to me is when Avengers Endgame came out, was that month. So it's like none of that. So this is like, to me, marks a huge shift by our generation, because we are less so wanting to go see the latest Marvel project or the latest Star Wars project because they're not great, and they haven't been great for a while. They require you to watch a billion other movies, and they haven't been great for a while. And it's kind of this result of private equity getting into Hollywood and like producing, like, you have to produce this sequel, this franchise reboot, because it will make you some money. So it's like on the balance sheet, it makes sense. Like Mandalorian and Grogu, massive flop, but it still made like $100 million because it always will. Our generation very much has rejected that. We've talked about it a bunch. You're, I think, like a pretty good representation of like our generation from a movie going audience, where you're like, yeah, you used to go and watch the Avengers movies, and now you're like, I wouldn't even call you a hater, to be honest. You're just like, yeah, what the fuck are we doing?
It's just like I've seen enough.
Exactly. And conversely,
and I still go see them.
Yes. Yeah. And so conversely, there's been this yearning from our generation especially of original shit. Like, please have original movies. I think what started this was Sinners.
Yeah, I was going to say, last year was awesome.
What started it. And so it kind of, last year's
A24 has also,
yes,
since they've kind of gotten the game, started that transition too, because like even way back with Everything Everywhere All at Once,
that was their first one. I would say that marked this. Like,
very
that was
unique start to like and
it made a bunch of money.
I haven't seen a movie like that in a while.
Yeah. Backrooms beat out that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is crazy. So that's why I'm like,
I didn't even know that was a thing. Backrooms.
Yeah, huge.
It's like another horror movie.
It's like, you ever seen those like creepy videos on the internet, like Backrooms?
Oh, you're like a weird hallway or something?
Yeah, it's all that. And so the kid who started, like, was a huge like YouTuber in that, and like would make funny videos. He's the director, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And A24 gave him a bag, and it made, I think, like $100 million, or it's going to make $100 million like opening weekend, which that's like big boy territory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's like Marvel movie. You know, so that's where like everything will change if, no matter what it is, if a bunch of money is made. You know what I mean? Like, that is enough to completely, change the way things are going. Obviously, like, Marvel made a bunch of money, so everyone was going to copy Marvel. You know what I mean? Now and so now this is a thing, and I think it's incredibly cool, and like everyone's going to the movies. Like, there's this crazy surge to go to the movie theater to see these two movies who are both incredibly original. They're both different things. One, Backrooms, has like this huge internet following, which I think is also cool because A24 like empowered this young kid to go do it.
Right.
And the other one is a completely original story from these two YouTubers, who cut their teeth just making YouTube skits, and then someone was like, I'll give you $750K to do this, and then they went and did this, and it's going to make close to $200 million worldwide, which is becoming one of the most profitable movies of all time. And it has a bunch of character, and like I would love to talk about that too, but like it's just very cool. It's not like, it's cool that it's happening with these two movies, you know what I mean? And it like makes sense to me that it is. And I like that. I think that's a really good thing, and I think that is literally primarily our generation, like showing up and being like, this is what I want. Like, we actually will go to movie theaters if this is the stuff that's being shown.
You right. I mean? And I think it goes in like ebbs and flows of like,
for sure.
For like you're saying, for a while, like they were just pumping out the same shit, same Star Wars, same like Avengers, all the superhero movies, and we were like, they were just ringing the register.
Yes.
And we were super into it, and then we got tired of it.
Because again, that quality goes down eventually. Because it's obviously going to go down.
And there was no uniqueness anywhere,
exactly.
whatever. And now it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to watch any of that bullshit anymore. So,
but this is an option.
Yeah, and now I think there'll be like a little stretch of that, of like, unique movies and all that type of stuff. Hopefully, and then I'm sure 10, 15 years from now they'll be like,
it'll be
Avengers. It'll come back.
Yeah. Which again, I'm obviously a huge franchise guy.
Dude, Avatar still made so much money.
So much. It was the most insane thing ever. I'm still like a huge franchise guy, but I see it like on both sides, and my ideal is to have both things happening. You know what I mean? And I think the franchisation needs to like slow down quite a bit. But it's just cool because I mean, at the end of the day, basically you had two incredibly young directors, both given a shot and both delivered massive returns for a studio.
Yeah.
And it's like on original movies, doing original things. Yes, it's horror, so it's like the easiest barrier of entry. It's the cheapest thing to shoot.
Yeah.
That's why it's always horror.
I was going to say, that has something to do with the cheap film.
For sure. Yeah, it's horror. Yeah, that's kind of like always the go-to.
And also like a good time for them to get in the theater. Like there's nothing else coming out right now.
Yeah, it's this perfect little lull. And what's crazy is like, I think on paper and leading up to this, before we knew what it was going to be. Sheep Detectives was great, but you looked at that slot and you were like, well, obviously Mandalorian and Grogu, it's a Star Wars movie. It's going to dominate everything. Let's hope we can get second place. And again, see you as like, I think a lot of people in our generation would be like, yeah, I'm not really pumped to go see I haven't even seen Mandalorian and Grogu. I've literally no desire to. And I enjoyed the first season or two of the show. But we kind of knew that. Yeah. I don't think studio executives knew that yet. And I don't think older people kind of knew it. I don't think so. Yeah, I think as it got closer.
I think they do know it, and they're just
now they do. Yeah.
But I think they don't give a fuck.
Yes.
I think they've known it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I can still make $100 million, or even 50. Or dude, whatever it is, like they'll still do it.
But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. And
like you tell me the Avengers people don't know yet that they're running thin on ideas and they're still cranking out that crazy movie?
I think they are like now. Again, yes. No, I hear you on that. I think like now it's going to be unavoidable because I don't know actually how much money the Mandalorian and Grogu made like net.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
Right. But like Marvel still has 5 years of movies planned out.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and of course, anything with the movie industry, like you don't see the effects for like 3 years. You know what I mean? Like we'll be seeing stuff in like 3 years or whatever, 2 years. But I do think like making a movie for $750K and it netting $200 million is going to be like, everyone's going to be like, well, how the fuck can I do that? And all of a sudden it empowers Focus Features and A24, which is great news for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe so you and me can get $750,000 to make a movie.
It's not like a crazy thing at all. That's what's crazy. Like this kid just did that, and he was a successful YouTuber, but he wasn't like the most successful YouTuber of all time. Right? You know what I mean? He was like normal successful YouTuber.
We just need to get drunk with like a studio head.
Exactly. Well, so with how this situation worked, it wasn't even that. It was this kid made a feature, but it was like an hour long with him and his boys, like a couple years ago. It's called Milk and Cereal. It's like a serial killer. Posted it on just YouTube because they couldn't get into any festivals, and it got like 1 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someone approached him through another connection and was like, "Hey, I run a program for aspiring filmmakers. We have a little bit of funding, $750K. Why don't you take that and make that into a feature?" And he was like, "I'll take that, but I have another idea, and it's called Obsession." And he pitched him Obsession. And he was like, that also sounds cool. Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And he made that, and here we are. And it went to the Toronto Film Festival, and this stuff's cool because like it went into the Toronto Film Festival, which is like the biggest one besides Cannes.
Learned about that from Entourage.
Yeah. A great show. We should get into that. But like no one really knew what it was, and it was like, oh yeah, it's actually getting like a primetime slot, and they're like, oh, that's cool. And then like the next day after the screening, like everyone, like there was a bidding war for it, which is super cool. And Focus Features.
That literally happens in Entourage. Is the best.
That's so cool. Yeah. So like that's what and all these kids are like under 30, which is so cool. Like all that, and I'm like, that is just so. It's just such a cool thing to see. And that movie itself, I thought is like brilliant. Brilliant. Again, I don't watch a lot of horror. And I don't know, like this had a different...
Was it weird though that there was like a magical aspect to it?
No, I thought they played it fucking brilliantly.
Yeah.
Because they didn't... and Curry Barker's talked about this a bunch, and it's stuff he's learned from YouTube and social media, where he's like, I don't need to explain fucking everything. Like, they get it. Like, the audience just gets it. Like, I don't need to sit here. So they just did the thing.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no explanation. And you're just kind of like,
yeah.
Which is, so that's why it's cool, because I'm not there like, oh, I live in this magical world. Like, you don't really think about that, which is really cool. And obviously, Inde Navarrette, who plays Nikki, one of the crazy, like, just unbelievably crazy performance. Yeah, I'm an incredibly beautiful human being.
Yeah. does
not hurt. And also, but we talk about this.
I think you might be underselling how much you appreciate her attractiveness.
I am underappreciating. She's one of the most gorgeous human beings I've ever laid my eyes on. And
claimed 1-1 by you.
Yeah, I might stand by that. That's and crazy. One of the most talented. That's the thing. Like, I don't mean to, like, oh my god.
What else has she been in?
Nothing.
Okay, so how is she one of the most talented?
I'm just saying, like, let me.
She's
movie
batting
performance.
1,000, but like
that's what I mean, batting 1,000. Yeah, I mean, four home runs in her debut game. So I'm maybe if again in sports terms, it'd be like Wemby. You know what I mean? Like Wemby in his rookie year. It'd be like Wemby after his rookie year. You know, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Had a good rookie season. Yeah.
Not a good, like one of the best I've ever seen. Yeah, one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so it reminded me of our discussion with her specifically when we talked about Hamnet, another brilliant film. That came out recently, where the concept of like actors having like a fastball down the middle, like a bunch of stuff to do, and they hit it out of the park, and like how great that is. Like the Hamnet actress, I forget her name, but she is brilliant. She had a million things to do in that movie, and she did all so well. Yeah, and it's like, but then it's also impressive when you don't really have a bunch to do, and you somehow hit it out of the park still. Like both are really, really impressive, but like it's pretty cool when you don't really have much. What's cool about Inde Navarrette in this movie is
Jessie Buckley.
Jessie Buckley, yes, of course, she won the Oscar. What's amazing about Inde Navarrette in this movie is the kind of beginning of this movie, she has that where she doesn't have a lot to do, but she still kills it. And you're like immediately in because of the way she's playing her character. And then as the movie progresses, she gets a million things to do. She gets to scream, she gets... Now also, there's so many other ways this character could have gone. Like she could have been like overtly sexual and like a caricature and like just being like like that, like really like stylized, whatever. Somehow she was able to keep it somehow grounded in reality, that you're like so engaged the whole time because you're like, oh, like it's just not crazy enough and it's just believable enough, you know, where it's like oh my god, this is terrifying, but I'm not like, this crazy whatever. Yeah. And then in the beginning, she plays a completely different character. That's what's cool. She plays two completely separate characters. And in the beginning, you're like, oh, this girl's just like awesome, but not like stereotypical. You're like, oh, maybe she likes him. Oh, maybe she doesn't. Like, you're just so in on her character even before the wish. And then it's like, obviously the craziest thing ever. So they just do such a good job of like having very early on in your movie, the audience members be so connected with your characters like early on is like the greatest thing ever, because then you can do whatever you want because your audience is already engaged. You can put your characters in danger and the audience is already like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So being able to do that as quickly as this movie did, I thought is unbelievable, and a huge reason for it is the performances by Michael Johnston, who plays Bear, the main character, main-ish co-lead, and then Inde Navarrette as well. I really view like this as kind of, this is my little sports analogy, but like it feels a lot like Magic and Bird entering the NBA a little bit in terms of, I don't know if I mean the entire history of movies, but I could compare it to the last maybe 2 decades of movies where like things are kind of looking like this lately, and then we have this huge cultural resurgence all of a sudden with these 2 movies in particular, and this whole kind of idea of like young directors and like what can they do with low budgets, and like there's this kind of feeling around Hollywood the last like 10-20 years of, I need all this money to make this huge movie. That's like, it was basically like, it also in a way I think might have really saved the movie industry in a way, because before it was like, well, movies are a brutal industry because you need $50 million to make a good movie. Yeah. They just proved that like you do not need to do that. Yeah. And this was the thing in the early 90s with like Pulp Fiction happened. Like this is very Pulp Fiction-y in terms of when that happened in the 90s and how great of a decade that was for movies. Like, so that's going to cause executives to be like, This 26-year-old just did it for less than $1 million. I'm not. If I give you $5 million, that should be more than enough, and it is, which is cool. And it's all these kids who learned how to shoot on YouTube with like a DSLR and like
it'll
whatever.
Definitely change.
It's like how like resourceful like the younger generation has become with movies, and it just speaks to how what the younger generation wants to see, and it's really, really cool. I think it's an awesome thing. I'm obsessed with the movie, and yeah,
I'll never see it.
So fair. Yeah. I will say it is like very funny at points, which it has to be with those two guys, you know. But I really respect everything about it. It's so cool. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Also, last point. So sorry. Casting unknown actors, again, kind of a thing of like the '90s and like a couple decades before, people would always experiment with that. Okay. You can cast unknown actors, and you can have a successful movie. All of these actors were unknown, except literally one of the YouTube guys was in it. Like,
I didn't know any of the actors in Cheap Detectives. They were all awesome.
Hugh Jackman,
I knew him.
Yeah, I knew him.
Wolverine.
Yes. Super fair. And Hugh, by the way, Cheap Detectives, I don't want to knock Cheap Detectives. Cheap Detectives is another original
literally
movie.
Better not.
Another original movie that did well at the box office.
It was great.
So, all these people are going to see movies. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Now, movie theaters need to bring their prices down a little bit.
Yeah.
But very bullish on the future of movies all of a sudden.
Movies run for too long. That's the problem at movie theaters.
But how did you feel about Cheap Detectives?
No, not the length of the movie. I'm like, movies are in theaters for too long.
Really? Interesting.
Like, what was that movie with Gosling?
Oh, Project Hail Mary?
That's still in theater.
That's insane. That is insane. So that's
why they're losing money, because they're running that movie 5 times a day, every day for 3 straight minutes.
And what's wild, and it speaks to, again, like, I think they're kind of just getting a bunch of things wrong. Obsession, and they just fixed this like yesterday. Obsession was scheduled to leave theaters like today.
Yeah, and it won't.
And it's like, okay, no, we should let it stay in for a couple more weeks.
Like, but then now it'll be in theaters till like
probably a long time.
June 3 comes out.
I would love to see that in like it's in December. Yeah, I would love to see that at the drive-ins. That'd be a fun drive-in movie.
Obsession?
Yeah. In the woods outside. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I'm so excited. It gets me so fired up. Like, it has completely reinvigorated. Like, before, even like, I'm an Avengers guy, and I'm still like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like, is this it?
What's next up?
For what?
Movies.
Original stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna know, and I think that's the beauty of it. I think
it's tough for those guys now. I feel
they have a lot coming at them. It will be interesting to see.
Plus, they'll be like, "Here's $100 million to go make your next one." And he's like, "Oh, I'm a YouTube guy."
And so many times like that is actually becomes a burden. You know, like all that.
Got the team on the back now.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I have to spend all this.
Yeah.
What is cool is his next one. He already finished filming, so that's cool. It's with Aaron Paul, the guy from Breaking Bad, not Bryan Cranston. It's about, and it's him. He's in it. He's acting in it. Him and his boy. Yes, Pinkman. Him and his boy, his YouTube guy, are like ghost hunters. And they're like they're like fake, and then they stumble upon a real ghost. They're like, fuck. I guess it's a comedy horror.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
They did that in
like a ghost thing?
No, it was a different, it was like a snake or something.
A snake? That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, they found a snake.
They found a big snake.
On the plane.
Curry Barker also got, which is funny too, because he's not really media trained. A24 offered him, I believe, a $10 million budgeted deal for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a reboot, which is also hilarious because you're rebooting a franchise. So it's like, and he's like obviously going to take that because he's like my personal all-time favorite movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. And it's like, and he's like talking about it on interviews, and like, you're not supposed to talk about that. You know what I mean? He's like, I haven't even started writing the script. I should probably stop talking about this. Yeah. Like, yeah. But I love that. I think that's awesome, you know? So we'll see how it goes.
I haven't seen that one. It feels like pretty solid.
I haven't either. I think it's very...
obviously I haven't seen that. I will never watch that.
Same. I think that one, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that one is like very gory, but very like almost like ridiculous how gory it is.
I would rather
like
watch that than the one you just watched.
Yeah. Oh my God. So good though. So good.
Out of 5, what do you give it?
I gave it a 4.5. I might have given it a 4, and I might go back to revise it to a 4.5 because I usually rate things too high, and then I go back and I give them my real rating.
Cheap Detectives got a 5 for me. So
nice.
So better than your movie.
Wow. Sure, by your standards.
By your standards.
I didn't rate Cheap. I didn't watch.
The movies are rated 4.5 and 5.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not here to. I'm a huge. I love Cheap Detectives. I would like to see.
I hate Obsession.
I don't think you should hate Obsession.
I do. So
okay.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Okay, fine. That's fair, I guess.
I hate all horror movies, so there's nothing. It's like hating... I was going to say, like...
terrorists?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was
It's like
going to say
hating
something way
terrorists.
worse than that.
Perfect.
It's like hating terrorists.
Yeah, great. I do think if you watched Obsession,
They make
you'd
me
be like
very
me,
scared.
and we were like, oh my god, but there is a little bit of like I fucking hate horror movies. Like I watched that Aliens movie, Alien Romulus or whatever, 2 summers ago. Insane.
No
and that's
chance.
like, everyone's like, that's not a horror.
I
Like my
have
sister
seen-
who watches horror movies, she was like, that wasn't that scary. And I was like, okay.
I have seen the one where the mom like climbs up on the wall and the kid's like slamming his head on the desk.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Hated that.
Was that Hereditary?
Hereditary.
Yeah, that I'll never watch. That is
Yeah.
insane. I've heard this
Especially
like,
for
is in-
someone with allergies.
Yes, I've
That's a
heard
thing
that
in
as
the
well.
movie.
I've heard this like isn't close to that in terms of like that type of horror, but
I don't know. That was like.
I'll never sleep again type of thing.
Well, it started off as that, and then I was like, "Oh, this is just ridiculous." And then the last scene, I was like,
Insane.
"Oh, yeah, they're all like naked in a treehouse."
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Sick.
"All right,
Like,
well,
what's going
now I just don't know what's happening."
I just don't know what's going on. Yeah. See, this I could follow the whole time, and it was a very, again, lesson to young filmmakers, like such a simple story, like the most simple story ever,
Yeah.
and they just wrote the hell out of it.
Yeah, I feel like yes.
You just keep things simple.
So many people overcomplicate.
Again,
movies.
4 characters really.
Yeah,
Simple thing. Boop. Wish. Things are going crazy.
crazy bitch.
She, Inde Navarrette said in an interview that she needed to sleep with the lights on for the entire length of filming. She's like, I hate horror movies.
And she was the scary one.
Yeah. She was like, I was terrified.
She was scared of herself.
Yeah.
Dang.
There's some great stuff.
You think magic's real?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Baseball.
Baseball. How do you explain baseball?
Yeah.
How do you explain Wemby?
It's magic.
How do you explain Drake May?
You don't.
Exactly.
Just a freak in nature.
Magic. Sorry, I just vented about movies for 30 minutes.
It's good. I'm
but-
sure all the people here to hear about AJ Brown are
like, what is this
fine with
podcast
it.
about?
Yeah. Is this the first ever sports podcast?
Yeah.
30 minutes in and we haven't
One of the
mentioned-
hosts saw Obsession.
Yeah.
so.
A single sports reference.
Maybe
yet?
that's like, maybe the director made a one wish will a wish and was like, everyone needs to be obsessed with this movie once they see it.
It didn't work on me.
Well, you didn't see it.
Yeah,
Once they
I
see
did.
it. Once they see it.
I won't.
No, well, there you go. He did his. I love. There's again. It's kind of funny. Like he calls the support line for the thing. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we don't really do that. And he like, it's like at the really low point in the movie. Like
Yeah.
she's like, I'm gonna kill you. Like whatever. I think she might have already killed somebody. I don't know if she, but whatever. And he's like, could I alter the wish? Like, could I just make it so she still loves me, but like isn't a psycho?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no.
No.
Yeah. And then hears
Fair.
her like screaming in the background. He's like, sorry, that's her soul we have trapped. He's
Oh.
like, what?
Nice.
Yeah. Bear. All right. Take a quick break and then come back and talk about sports.
Sure.